Hello everyone, welcome to this next video about project planning, and I'm going to talk now about baseline plan. So what is the baseline plan? We've been speaking about planning a lot, but this is the document that I would say is the most important document of this section because it's your actual plan. The baseline plan is the plan you actually create. So this is the approved version of a work product that can be changed only through formal change control processes and is used on a basis of comparison for the work you've done. In other words, this is the plan that you create that later on they're going to compare what you actually do to what you said you would do. So the project planning process results in the creation of a project baseline of the three primary constraints. So our plan will have three different things. It will have your scope baseline, your schedule baseline, and your cost baseline. And these three baselines is what defines and what will basically your bosses or your client is going to compare you to what you actually did. If you said that you were going to organize, for example, a wedding for 400 people and you organize it only for 200, then you have a major problem because what you said is much more important. It's what's going to be used to compare to what you did. All right. So integration of the baseline. The project plan baseline is important because you're going to use it to run your whole project. Okay, project plan inputs are generated from multiple sources, and to generate this document you might need to go and collect information from many sources, from the team members, from templates and checklists of previous documents, from the charter that you signed at the beginning. And these inputs will all have to be synchronized because a lot of times they're not saying exactly the same thing. You're going to have to create links between tasks, you're going to have to reschedule things, you're going to have to make sure that resources are not overlapping, and therefore there will be indeed a lot of work in terms of planning on this. And integrating the inputs into the project baseline leads to the identification of potential risks. In other words, you're going to identify what are the main risks that you might face in the future. So how do you use the baseline plan? It's very simple. The baseline plan represents what the project management team's intention is on how to run the project and how to execute them. So if you have a strong guidance to project team might be difficult or impossible to change. In other words, if you are too detailed or if you put too many rules at the beginning, then later on, if something needs to be changed, it might be extremely hard to do so. So what is a good baseline plan? A good baseline plan has a limited amount of flexibility and direction by the project team. Okay, limited amount. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you give too much flexibility, then there's going to be a lot of confusion. But if you leave too much, if you give no flexibility whatsoever, then you're going to end up with poor project performance. So that means in the beginning, you might have quite a bit of challenges there. And everyone that has worked on a team realizes that in the beginning of the teams, it's always hard. People have different ways of working. But you need to give some flexibility to the team in order to manage those issues by themselves. So the need for project reviews is inevitable, and it's correlated to your baseline plan. In other words, how much changes you have to do to the plan also depends on the plan you created. If you give a lot of detail on your plan, you're going to have less reviews. If you give little detail to your plan, trust me, there's going to be a lot of reviews. My opinion is that it's very worth it to plan your project in detail at the beginning because it will save you a lot of time later on. So as you can see, baseline plan is an extremely important part of project management because it's the most important document in a way. Your performance will be evaluated based on what you wrote on this document. So you need to be careful. Obviously, experience will help you a lot, all right? And the more plans you write, the better you will become of it. Don't be too ambitious, be realistic. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next video of this series.